Hey y'all, I felt like I needed to make a follow up video on the one I did yesterday on seniors and housing. Now, I was a property manager for about 16 years, and most of that was here in Southern California. The way it works is if you are on a lease, you are protected from two things. One is a rent increase. You cannot give someone a rent increase while they are on a lease. Second, it protects you from being moved out of your home before you're ready to go. It used to be that either party, if you weren't on a lease, could give a 30-day notice to quit. If I was renting an apartment and my lease was up, I gave a 30-day notice and I could move out. The landlord had the same right. If he wanted to renovate your apartment and charge more rent for it, which is a very common cause of moving a renter out, they are able to do that. And they do not have to tell you why. They can't say, oh, I don't like the way you smell. I don't like the company you're keeping. I don't like the groceries you buy. They don't have to give a reason, just like you don't have to tell them why you're moving. It's none of their business. So, California changed that law, and it's been several years that they changed it from a 30-day to a 60-day notice, which really was to favor the resident, not the landlord. So instead of getting a 30-day notice telling you that they want their property back, you get a 60-day notice, which gives you twice as much time to locate and move into a new place. Now, y'all, Terry was not on a lease. I don't know why. He's lived there for years. Why would he not want to be on a lease? Someone was not protecting his rights. Someone should have been advising him to be on a lease to protect him from exactly what is happening right now. He didn't get that good counsel. I have not known Terry that long. But that's the way it works, y'all. And trying to prove that they were moving him out in retaliation because he wanted a repair, that's almost impossible to prove. Now, they might have done it to some other people too because they want their property back. They can do a little upgrading to it and they can get more money. And that's exactly what it's all about. They want more money. Now, Terry did not own that mobile home. He was leasing it. When you lease a home, it is the owner's responsibility to maintain it. Now, that doesn't mean that you can trash the place and they have to fix it. But if your water heater goes out, your stove quits working, your shower clogs up, your kitchen sink stops up, they have to maintain that stuff. And if you have holes in your floor, they have to fix that. That's the law. For mobile homes, regular houses, and apartments. That's just the way it is. You agree to keep it up, and you also agree to let management know when there's a problem so it doesn't get worse. HUD is used primarily when you cannot get things done that the landlord is responsible for. If they had refused to fix the holes in Terry's floor, absolutely. He could call HUD and make a complaint that it was unsafe and they were not cooperating in fixing the holes in his floor. or if his hot water heater wasn't working. There are certain rights that you have as a resident. You have the right to have windows and locks and heat and air. Your appliances need to work. So, you guys, as much as it is awful, they are within their legal rights. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You can call HUD and say, hey, they gave him a notice to move because he called and wanted the floors fixed. Well, how do you prove that's why they made him move? They didn't make him move because he wanted the holes fixed. They wanted him out of there so they could charge more rent. And that's the bottom line. Unless you're a terrible resident and you cause problems, that's almost the only reason that landlords want to get you out of there, is so they can make more money. That's it. So for all of y'all that have chimed in and said, get an attorney, call HUD, blah, 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 I get you. I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't really work that way. Now, if a bunch of seniors in that park specifically had the same problem, they might have a leg to stand on. Whether it happened to other people, who knows? But the landlord has the right to get his property back. If I owned a home and somebody was living there and I wanted my property back so that I could charge more rent, do some renovations, whatever, I could give them a notice to move. I have a right to get my property back if you do it within the legal bounds, okay? You can't just say, hey, I want you out. I'm going to give you a week and you got to get out of here. No, you can't do that. So you guys, I'm going to do everything I can to help Terry. And I've been doing a lot of research on apartments, and I think we can find something in his budget. It won't be an Oceanside because Oceanside's by the ocean. And I mean, he might be able to get a studio. I don't think he'd be very happy with that because he's got this big old giant mobile home, y'all. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, huge dining area, huge living room, big kitchen, and an office. So it's really big. So what I'm hoping is to find him a nice little 1-bedroom that he can be comfortable in. So you guys, I apologize for not being more specific yesterday and giving you more information. I feel like it could have been retaliatory, but I really think what they want to do is they either want to go in. They did this to the neighbor. The neighbor moved out, and they fixed it all up, and then they started charging more rent. So that's just the way it is. You don't go in and make improvements and then decide you're going to charge your resident more money. You have to have somebody out of there. You have to have an empty place before you can do big improvements on it. You can't just go in and disrupt somebody's life. So anyway, you guys, that's the way it is. And I advise you, stay on a lease unless you are planning to move before a lease would be up. Again, it protects you from 2 things. You having to move before you're ready, and a rent increase. Now, at the end of the lease, absolutely. They can give you a 30-day notice. They're going to bump your rent up. So anyway, you guys, just, pray for us that we're going to find a place, and I'm confident that we will. Okay? Do something fun today, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.